Deuteronomy chapter 7. Ki yabiaka Yahweh Eloheka Elaharish Atara Hataba Tamalertata Wanashal Goyim Rabbim Mipanaka Hahiti Wahagirgashi Wahahemori Wahakanaani Wahaperizi Wahahiwi Wahayabusi Shiva Agoyim Rabbim Wa'athumim Mimmerka. As Yahweh thy God bring thee to the land which thou art going to there to possess it, and he clear away abundant nations more than thee, the Hitti and the Girgashi, and the Amori and the Canaani and the Perizi and the Hiwi and the Yebusi, 7 nations, abundant and strong more than thee. Unatanam Yahweh Eloheka lepaneka wihikitam, and Yahweh thy God give them before thee, and thou smite them. Haharim taharim hotam, devotingly thou shalt devote them. Lo tikrot lahem berit, velo tohonem, thou shalt not cut a covenant for them, and thou shalt not mercy them. Velo titahaten bam, and thou shalt not intermarry among them. Bitaka lo hetiten libano, thy daughter thou shalt not give to his son. Ubito lo hetikah libaneka, and his daughter thou shalt not take for thy son. Ki asir et bineka meacharai, because he would turn away thy son from after me. Wa'abadu Elohim acherim, and they shall serve other gods. Wa'harah Yahweh bachem, and the anger of Yahweh shall be provoked among you. V'hishemidaka maher, and he shall destroy thee quickly. Ki imeko ta'ashu lahem, but thus ye shall effectuate for them. Midbahotehem titotu, their altars ye shall pull down. Umathebotam teshaberu, and their pillars ye shall shatter. Wahasherehem tegadeon, and their asherim ye shall hew down. Upasilehem tisharafun baesh, and their cult statues ye shall burn in the fire. Ki amqadosh hatta leyahweh Eloheka, because a holy people thou art for Yahweh thy God. B'kabahar Yahweh Eloheka lihyot lo la'am sugula. Among thee, Yahweh thy God chose to be for him for a people of a treasure. Mikol ha'amim atara ala pnei ha'adama, from all the nations which are on the faces of the ground. Lo merubbekem mikol ha'amim ha'shaq Yahweh bachem vayivhar bachem, not from your abundance more than all the peoples did Yahweh become attached to you, and he chose you. Ki atem hama'at mikol ha'amim, because ye are fewest, more than all of the peoples. Ki me'ahavat Yahweh etechem, u'mishamru et hashavua atra nishba lahavotechem. Hoshi Yahweh etechem, biyad hazakah. But from the love of Yahweh of you, and from his keeping the oath which he swore to your fathers, Yahweh brought you out by a mighty hand. وَيَفْدُكَ مِبَيْتِ عَبَادِيمْ, and he redeemed thee from a house of slaves. Miyad Paro melech Mithraim, from the hand of Paro, king of Mithraim. V'yada'ata ki Yahweh Eloheka hu ha-Elohim, and thou shalt know that Yahweh thy God, he is the God, Ha'el HaNe'eman, the faithful God, Shomer HaBerit Wa'Hesed Lo'Havayu U'Shomere Mitzvotayu Le'elef Dor, a keeper of the covenant and the loving kindness, for one's loving him and for one's keeping his commands to 1,000 generations. U'mishalem l'shonayu elapanayu lahavido, and one repaying to one's hating him, to his face, to destroy him. Lo yacher l'shono, he shall not delay for one hating him. Elapanayu yishalem lo, to his face he shall repay him. V'shamarta et ha-mitzvah ve'et ha-hukim ve'et ha-mitzpatim atrahano ki mitzvaka hayom la'ashotam, and thou shalt keep the command and the statutes and the judgments which I am one commanding thee today to effectuate them. وَهَيَعْقِبْ تِشْمَعُونَ et ha-mithpatim ha'ele u'shamartem wa'ashitem hotam, and it shall be, because ye shall hear the judgments, these judgments, and ye shall keep, and ye shall effectuate them. V'shamar Yahweh Eloheka leka et ha-berit ve'et ha-hesed atar nishba lahavoteka. Also Yahweh thy God shall keep for thee the covenant and the loving kindness which he swore to thy fathers. Wahevaka, Uverakaka, Wihirbeka, and he shall love thee, and he shall bless thee, and he shall multiply thee. Uveraka parivitanaka, Upari adamataka, Daganaka, Vitiroshaka, Vitharaka, Shagarhalapaka, Wa'ashatarot Thonaka, Alahadama, Ataranishba Lahavotaka, Latetlak, and he shall love thee, and he shall bless thee, and he shall multiply thee, and he shall bless the fruit of thy belly, and the fruit of thy ground, thy grain, and thy new wine, and thy oil, the offspring of thy oxen, and the young of thy flock, upon the ground which he swore to thy fathers to give to thee. Baruch tihye mikol ha'amim. Thou shalt be blessed more than all the peoples. Lo yehye b'cha akara wa akara v'vibehemtecha. There shall not be among thee a male barren or a female barren, or among thy cattle. V'hesir Yahweh mimcha kol holy, and Yahweh shall turn away from thee every sickness. V'kol madawe Mitzrayim haraim atar yadata lo yeshimam bach. And every disease of Mithraim, every evil disease of Mithraim which thou hast known, he shall not set them among thee. Unatanam b'kol shonecha, and he shall give them among all the ones hating thee. V'hakalata et kol ha'amim atar Yahweh Elohecha noten lach, and thou shalt eat up all the peoples which Yahweh thy God is one giving to thee. Lo tahos eneka alehem, thy eye shall not pity over them. V'lo ta'avod et Elohehem, and thou shalt not serve their gods. Ki mokeshehu halach, for it shall be a snare to thee. Ki tohmar bilvavaka, as thou shalt say in thy heart, Rabbi hagoyim ha'ele mimeni, the nations are abundant, these nations are abundant more than me. Eka ukal lohoritham, oh, how shall I be able to dispossess them? Lo hatira mehem, thou shalt not fear from them. Thakor tidakor et atra ashaya veloheka leparao ulekol Mithraim. Rememberingly, thou shalt remember what Yahweh thy God effectuated to Paro and to all Mithraim. Hamasot hagdolot atrarahu eneka wahaotot wahamoptim wahayad hahazaka wahadro hantuya atrahoshiakaya wiloheka. The great testings which thy eyes have seen, and the signs and the wonders and the mighty hand and the outstretched arm which Yahweh thy God brought thee forth with. Ken ya'asha Yahweh Elohecha lekol ha'amim atar hata yareh mipnehem. Thus Yahweh thy God shall effectuate for all the peoples which thou art fearing from before them. V'gam et hatzira'ah yeshalach Yahweh Elohecha bam, and also the hornet Yahweh thy God shall send out among them. Ad havod hanisharim wahanisatarim mipanecha, until the destruction of the ones remaining and the ones hiding from before thy face. Lo ta'aroth mipnehem, thou shalt not dread from before their faces. Ki Yahweh Eloheka beqirbeka el gadol v'norah. Because Yahweh thy God is in thy midst, a great God and terrifying. Rationale Yahweh Eloheka et hagoyim ha'el mipaneka ma'at. And Yahweh thy God shall clear away the nations, these nations, from before thy faces, a little, a little. Lo hatuhakala kallo tam maher. Thou shalt not be able to finish them quickly. Peneter be'alaka hayat hashada. Lest the beast of the field become abundant against thee. Unatanam Yahweh Eloheka lepaneka, and Yahweh thy God shall give them before thy face. Wahamam muhuma gedola ad hisham dam, and he shall discomfort them with a great tumult until their being destroyed. Wanatan malakehem beyadaka, and he shall give their kings into thy hand. Wahahavadata et shamam mitahat hashamayim, and thou shalt destroy their name from under the skies. Lo hayitiyasebahishim befanaka adahishimidaka hotam. A man shall not stand himself before thy faces until thy destruction of them. Pesile Elohehem tishrafun baesh. The cult images of their gods ye shall burn in the fire. Lo hatahamod kesef wadahab alehem. Thou shalt not desire silver or gold upon them. Wala kahtalak, that thou take to thee. Penatiwa keshabo, lest thou shalt be snared by means of it. Ki to avat Yahweh Elohekahu, because it is an abomination to Yahweh thy God. And thou shalt not bring an abomination to thy house. Wahayita hermkamohu, and thou become a devoted thing, a thing devoted to destruction, like it. Shakethenu, detestingly, thou shalt detest it. Uta'eb tata'avenu, and abominatingly thou shalt abominate it. Ki hermhu, because a thing devoted to destruction it is.